So here we have an expense claims power app. Now the idea behind this app, as you can see, it's a bit more complicated than the Wonderment app. But here, if you, for example, want to go on a business trip and you want to capture all your expenses that happen on the business trip, and this needs to then go through an approval process. So, for example, your manager needs to approve it, finance needs to approve it, and then the funds needs to be released to your account at the end of the month. You would actually want to be able to do this in a quite easy way, other than trying to write everything down. So here we have, let's go and create a expense capture. So we'll call it the COVID-19 conference. I mean, why not? Let's say the approver is going to be Thomas, and the cost center is always Microsoft. And it is for the 30th. So let's go and create it. And now we can start and add a few line items. Now, let's go and add a business class flight. And we can add the category. We can actually set it as a transportation category. Let's add that as $1,500. But obviously it won't just be that. So let's add another item. Let's add an item for welcoming drinks and food and beverages. And let's make that $2,000. Okay. And as you can see here is we now have our first expense capturing or claims. And the power behind this is, yes, we were just able to capture this information manually now, but we can do this from our phone, but we can also actually capture images. So we can take a photo of all our receipts and add that to all our expenses, so that when you submit this, this will then go to the manager or the finance, and they'll be able to have all that information with them. So let's now say, cool, let's submit this, submit it, and you'll see here, it's now sitting under pending. So once this has been approved, it will then go through to the approved tab, and it will be approved here. So this is now being able to capture information within Power Apps, but there's a business process that needs to be handled in the back end, and Power Automate is actually going to assist with that. So Power Automate is going to capture, take all this information and then submit an approval to your manager or to finance. And once they've approved it, it will go to their manager or their finance manager. And once they've approved it, it then can go through to your payslip and actually be added to your payslip at the end of the month. And as you can see, this is quite a simple app, but it automates the entire process of capturing all your expenses, automating the approval process, and then actually being paid at the end of the month for all your expenses.